What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? It is Thursday, November 15th, show 8 of 10, Pete. You are watching the Low Shack and the Bag Show. My name is Jimmy the Bag. I'm beside, as always, the legend, Lodals. Low Shack, there's been a lot that's gone on in the last few hours in the sports world. Well, I've added plays. A lot has gone on. First off, let's just get right to it. Sergei Bobrovsky is sick.
Okay.
Jonas Korpisalo is in.
And interestingly, in NHL, unlike MLB, when there's an unexpected switch, your plays stand, right?
Exactly.
It's not listed goalies, which is interesting.
Exactly. And not only that, but this line should move quickly. So I made the bet, and I made the official play. I hooked you up on it. I needed any reason to jump on the Panthers, and I have -1.5. We will get to all of that very soon. And I want to give a big shout out to Adam Friendo Cumbo, the very first guy on our chat. We have an Adam Friendo Cumbo video today. Very excited.
How many videos do we have today?
We have just uno. Okay. Just Adam's video on NFL.
Right.
We have Abba Zabba 78 in the house. Robbie Tagaloa in the house. Dan City Chris. Odar Lira. Our best friend from Venezuela, Odar Lira. Sassana in the house. I love capping NHL with my man Cap and Sassana. We got Vancouver Brooks, Van City Chris. 2 other incredible NHL cappers. We have Kyle Jack. We got to grow. Bill Buttlicker, thank God, so we can hear Bill Buttlicker's Thursday night props. I'm very excited to see that. Not applicable. Allen Action. I love this group. Let's get to work, Pete.
Okay, let's get to work. All right, so let's see. All right, so you said it was anything else happened in the sports world besides Bobrovsky?
Well, I made lots of plays.
Okay.
Is what I did do.
Okay, all right, I got you. All right, so yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in college basketball right now. NHL, we broke it down in the morning, and I gave a bunch of plays. Now, I was definitely sleep deprived this morning. I did take a nap in the afternoon, and I'm feeling better. I'm going over my plays that I gave in NHL. I'm concerned that in the morning show, a lot of people were in one way or another, trying to talk me off of a lot of my plays.
There was
pretty much
talk,
all of them.
But the longer I sat with your Ottawa situation, I think it's a...
Yeah, that's the one play that... well, no, actually, that one, too. A lot of people were like, I like Detroit.
Detroit's rolling right now. Yeah. But situationally, I think it might work for them. I want to give a shout-out to K-Con. K-Con came 14th in the tourney last night, but he knocked out the Whale Cap to collect his $100 bounty. Thank you for doing it with us, K-Con. Oh, no, he should have knocked him out. Excuse me. But, I remember when Whale Capper hit that River Jack for Trip Jacks to stay alive. Oh, my God, I remember that, K-Con. Okay, so he didn't. But thank you so much for playing with us. What a treat it was. That was really fun.
All right, so, yeah, and then we have 3 NBA games that go today, and we're trying to keep a brisk pace. We just got a lot of shit. We're not going to cover the Toledo-Kent State game because that is off, but Kent State already up by a touchdown. Look at that. I told you that I was leaning Kent State. Let's see where that one closed. Yeah, closed like 11.5. The North Texas game is interesting. And then, of course, we have the NFL game tonight. And then I guess that's it. So you want to get into let's jump right in again, Jim?
I do want to jump right in, but I also like to give some more shout-outs because we got such a great group here. Such a great group. I want to give a shout-out to our guys from Australia in the house. Jason Miller says Teabagger Troy.
Jim, how about
and
this?
J-Boy Jason from Australia.
Why don't you give? I did give a second half play in the morning show that cashed. Why don't you give a few shout outs for just 2 or 3 minutes if you can handle the show for 2 or 3 minutes, because I'm going to look at the second half lines that are out right now, the Western Kentucky game in college basketball. So why don't you handle it, and Jim's going to handle whatever he's going to handle for a couple of minutes while I look at these second half lines and see if maybe there's a play here. Western Kentucky -1 and 79.5. I'm going to look at that one right now.
Twatty Latte says, this morning Pete looked like he slept in a treehouse. And we know that's the case. Yeah. And when the squirrels are angry, it's not very good. Jason Miller liking the Flames to win, Tampa to win. I like the Flames to win very much. I love fading the Habs. Let's talk about Korpisalo, though. He looked terrible against the Rangers in his last start. 4 goals on 19 shots. Tortorella is a hard coach to play for. I bet you Korpisalo's shaking back there. This Panthers team is rolling. I love what I got. And let me pull up exactly what I got. I got plus 285
Very
on the
nice.
-1.5. Going for a big score. Trent Claxton, what about Michigan money line yesterday? Trent Claxton, you've been straight fire of late. Keep it up. Jason Miller, you are welcome, my friend. We love our Australian friends. And we know that Pete wants to live there desperately.
Yes, Jason Miller, please hook me up. Citizenship abroad. After I get just a little bit in life, just a little bit that I need, I'll be a total giver and positivity. Right now, I am a man in need. I'm in need of an Australian wife, an Australian citizenship, and the first thing I can give back here in response, in thanks,
and a gift
is I'm thinking about Valparaiso second half +1, but the line is moving in Western Kentucky's favor. I'm just not exactly sure how much of an edge here. I did just bet Valparaiso second half +1. Western Kentucky is looking very, very impressive. I'm thinking about Western Kentucky. How good is the team? See, I didn't have a chance to dig into this game as much as I wanted to.
I can tell you a lot of guys, a lot of cappers I respect were on Western Kentucky, and I wish I had jumped on. Max Smart, Western Kentucky. What a day Max has had so far on all over Northeastern. He was he's had an absolutely great day.
All right, I'll let you know that I bet Valparaiso, but I'm not going to make that one an official play because people we respect are on Western Kentucky, and they're looking very good right now. Go ahead,
Headshot says, I have so far been the only one that I've seen on Columbus Blue Jackets. Did I take a bad bet? I'm rolling with it still. Yeah, I wouldn't take it back at this point. But yeah, the whole reason why I was not going to take the Panthers was because of Sergei Bobrovsky. He was the absolute main reason why I didn't want to do it. Luongo's been an absolute monster this year. .956 save percentage, 1.33 goals against average. And this Panthers team believes in themselves when he is between the pipes. Cole Coleon joining us. Sean Mundy said, you ever been to Australia, Pete?
No. I would love, but I have the internet. I've seen it all over the internet, and it's awesome in all kinds of ways, Jim.
Yes.
That's the place you want to live, Jim.
Mohammed Joma DM'd me. Yes, I replied to your DM, my man.
Better than Canada.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Sorry. Doesn't mean to slam you there.
Dude, I'm Costa Rican now. Fuck do I care about Canada, man?
Yeah. All right. I'm an intro. Valparaiso. Yeah, Western Kentucky's, they're a good fucking team, aren't they? They really are a good fucking team.
Ooh,
go ahead.
KCon took the Avs and Jets last night, puck line parlay. That must have paid huge.
Yeah.
Beautiful, KCon. Man, I was pumping my fist for that empty netter that the Jets had, but you must have been losing your mind. Mel Cake joining us. We got a great group. Let's get to work.
We do have a great group here. Let's get to work, Jim. Should we? All right. I'll make it official. I'll take Valpo second half +1 -110 as an official play. I'm also leaning under. I hit that one half as much. I hit the under half, and then I will take
the under. I took the under too. We're in big trouble.
Yeah. And you know what? I'll make the under as an official play. Why'd you take the under? Because people recommended it to you?
I know it was because of you, basically. And
then
I kept
God, really?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jim.
It's okay.
Are you kidding me? You took the under because of me?
I did.
But I didn't even make it an official play. All right, and I'm also going to put the Valpo Western Kentucky second half under 79.5 -110. 79.5 -110 as an official play. All right.
Let's get to work, Pete.
Yeah, let's get to work.
We have a ton of work to get to. Let's start with NHL. So, Pete, I added Panthers -1.5 at +285.
Okay, sure. I'm just checking SBR odds here because I am going to do a little bit of line shopping. There might be SBR odds does have second half lines. You might not know that, but they do, and that is those are live second half lines. So I'm just going to check to see what the second half lines are. These. All right, so let's get into NHL. All right, Jim. So what plays did you add?
I added one NHL play.
Okay.
I wanted to make this move. I wanted to so bad. I just didn't feel like I was getting value. Now knowing that Korpisalo is in goal, I feel like I will be getting the value that I need. I'm on the Panthers -1.5 at +285.
Florida puck line +285. Okay.
35% on the power play in this 5-game winning streak that they're on 7 of 20. They've outscored their opponents 19-7. And it's Bob Lucifer in goal. Bob Lucifer gets hot. He's hot right now, and I will be backing him. Hoffman has a 13-game point streak. This team is rolling. That Hoffman, Dadonov, Barkov line looks sick. They got lots of guys. Like Trocheck hasn't even started playing very well this year. Wait till he gets rolling. I love Bukestad. I always have. I really, really like this Panthers team. As you guys know, who've been watching the show for a long time, because I made future bets on 3 teams. Well, 4, including one $100 bet on the Sharks, but to win the cup. But I made major future bets on 3 teams: the Flames, the Panthers, and the Flyers, and I love it. I absolutely love this spot. Headshot says I have Flames and Flyers each puck line, each a unit. Then I parlayed their puck line at a half unit. We are the opposite on the Panther Blue Jacket game. Are you on board with me on those two, Jimmy? You're absolutely right. The Flames and Flyers on the puck line are 2 of my 3 plays. The only other play I'm on is the Wild puck line. To be honest with you.
Oh shit! Hold on. I'm sorry. Trenton Clark saying no, Pete. Western Kentucky is the play. All right. Well, I just did. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. Go ahead, Jim. Go ahead, Jim.
Oh, it doesn't always work out great. In fact, yesterday I had some trouble with the card and made no official picks in the morning. Made my picks for the afternoon show. 2 days ago, because I've been on this monster run. I'm 8-2. I'm up 12.9 units in the last 48 hours on the show in NHL. And I really like this card again, just like I did 2 days ago. I don't think that matters. I don't think that equates to victories. Trenton Claxton's on Philly, puck line, Calgary, puck line, and Philly, puck line, Calgary, money line, and Nashville, money line. Very interesting stuff. And America taking a shot on the Coyotes, puck line, and the Leafs. Very interesting stuff. And Sofia Gutierrez joining us, talking about our big parlay video that we shot this morning. I have a plus 466 3-gamer. Pete has a 2-gamer in college.
Just a simple 2-teamer. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's the link right there. This is exciting. I'm very exciting. Barcelona says Florida has won its last 7 games when playing its 4th game in 6 days. Very interesting stat there. I absolutely love my NHL card right now. I love it. I loved it before adding on the Panthers. Now I get to add on a plus 285. God, there's nothing that's more exciting to me than these giant numbers.
Right. And in the meantime, I absolutely hate the 2 second-half plays that I just did make official, but I'll make them. And again, line chopping is so important. So we line chop, and in these shows, we give if we get a better line, this happens to you all the time. You just have one book, Jim. We quote better lines than we actually bet. And I'm on Valpo, second half, +1, -105, and the second half under 80, -110. The market moved in the opposite direction of both of my plays. Hopefully, I'll catch a little lucky break and cash one of them and break even. But I might have made a mistake there. Thankfully, no one can tell because it is now starting the second half. All right, so Jimmy the Bag, you have added on, what have you added on here? Florida puck line plus 285, right?
I have, and there's some questions about some other games. We've got a lot to cover today. I don't want to spend too much time on NHL and NBA, but let's talk some things. Nikki Shore saying, Jimmy, how about the Islanders puck line? You know, the Islanders have dominated this New York battle, Rangers, Islanders. They've absolutely dominated it. The Islanders are in great form. Grice is playing so well. 1.98 goals against average, 938 save percentage. I'm expecting it's him to be in net, not Lehner. And the problem with fading the Rangers is I think we might have missed a chance with Zuccarello returning from his groin injury. He's a big, big guy in this team, and it does concern me if you're fading the Rangers to have Zuccarello back. When Zuccarello and Buchnevich were out of the lineup, I was like, my God, how are these Rangers going to score? They're not going to score. Zuccarello is a very creative, dynamic offensive player. But if I had to make a play, I would probably take the Islanders. I'm curious, actually, do you have the odds, SBR odds up?
Yes.
What is the line on the New York Islander?
About where it was in the morning, a little bit in their favor, about -140. You get a 138 if you wanted, but not much movement on this one.
I like the Islanders a lot. Did we find out if Matt Martin and Andrew Ladd were in the lineup, I would be on the Islanders. Let's just get a last-second check to see if they're going to be in this lineup, because that's the size that's so important to this Islanders team is right there. And they're both on injured reserve. Same with Casey Zikas. Wow. They're both on injured reserve. That's enough to keep me off the Islanders right there. Andrew Ladd and Matt Martin are so important to the toughness of this team. Now I look at this team without Ladd and Martin in, and I'm like, God, where's the toughness coming from? I mean, it's coming from Cal Clutterbuck. Leo Komarov is a tough defensive forward. Kuhn Ackel's tough. You know, they still have some tough guys, but I just love Andrew Ladd and Matt Martin, and that will keep me off the Islanders for a little while.
All right, so let's just review the plays. We'll do a once-over of the NHL games, and then we will move on to NBA. Jim's official picks in NHL are Minnesota puck line, Philly puck line, Calgary puck line, and then today he added Florida puck line. My official plays so far, Montreal Calgary first period over, 1.5 -120. Mr. Goetzer told me not to do that. Philly -1, everyone seems to be liking that one. Ottawa -1, I can understand why not. Vancouver team total under 2.5. Someone definitely told me not to do that. Minnesota -1, and New Jersey Philly first period over, 1.5 -126. You also believe that is not a good play either, right, Jim?
Which was that?
Philly and New Jersey first period over, because you think Elliott's about to start to play really, really well.
He is playing really well.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. And the Flyers really aren't rolling right now. We'll see what JVR's return does to that offense. Mm-hmm. But, the offense looked great up until the Luongo shut him down. So it's just one game.
Right.
But yeah.
All right, so now let's just do a quick one over of the NHL games. Rangers, Islanders, I guess we're both off of that one. I was thinking, I don't know, a lot of people liking the Islanders, but I was thinking Rangers, right? No.
I like that Zuccarello's coming back, and I like that if you are going to take the Rangers, you have to be very happy that Ladd and Matt Martin aren't on the ice, because I keep repeating, they're just big, big boys.
And does that help? Are they help defensively or offensively?
I would say they help defensively.
Defensively, right.
Yeah.
Because some people are saying the under on that game.
It always seems these teams play a lot of low-scoring games, and the Rangers have been playing very low-scoring games, but now they get Zuccarello back. Very. I love.
So you're saying that there's reasons to like the there's personnel reasons to like the over. There's historical reasons to like the under,
and goaltending reasons to like the under,
and the goaltending reasons to like the under because and once again, I'm sorry, I know I always ask you this, but Lundqvist, you still when you see him in goal, you're like, okay, he's still pretty good.
Early in the season, when he's not getting overworked, I think he's especially not having to travel. Mm-hmm. I expect a good start from him, and that's what we've gotten this year.
All right, and then New Jersey and Philly again. I gave New Jersey -1. Jim gave Philly -1. Jim gave Philly on the puck line, and I bet that one on the overnight line in the -120s. Now it's up to 160 at Pinnacle. A huge line move in favor of Philly.
God, I think the Flyers are going to go on a run right now, an absolute run. I want to mention one thing because I want to get back to the because I've had to stay on this comment just so we could mention it. This is the kind of inside information that's so helpful. Mohammed Joma says, Jimmy, I can't say this for sure, but it's been indicated to me that Price, on top of all his mental struggles and chronic fatigue, also has a crazy wife that's been wearing on him. Something's going on with him. Something's been going on with him for a while. And now that you have him on the first year of an 8-year contract, the Habs are just absolutely screwed. Just terrible mismanagement upstairs in what I feel like is terrible mismanagement. And then Mr. Gokster wants to talk about the Pens Lightning game. So whenever you can.
Then that's the next game. Mr. Gokster, Pens Lightning. Jim just gave. There's no play on this one, but a significant move in favor of Pittsburgh, presumably because of the goalie situation, right?
For Pittsburgh.
I'm sorry for Tampa Bay. Yeah. Yes, and Crosby being out of the lineup. But I agree with Mr. Gokster. This is a spot where I think the Pens step up. Mm-hmm. I really do. I think they step up without Crosby. I do not want to get in the way of the Lightning here. Even though they've not been playing bad, they're angry. They're not going to take it easy on the Pens because Crosby's not going to be out there. But I get it. Mm-hmm. I can understand this play. Excuse me. Packers 12 liking Lightning money line. Jason Miller liking Tampa Bay cash line, and Jason Miller liking Vancouver puck line. Mm-hmm. Wild at -1.5. That's got to pay out just absolutely enormous. Yeah. And then Florida, Columbus. Jim just added Florida. Obviously, a line move in their favor, about 15 cents. Detroit, Ottawa. What do you? I took Ottawa, and we'll see if that pays out. And I also took the first period over on that one. Vancouver, Minnesota. I took Minnesota -1. Jim took Minnesota on the puck line. I bet that one when the line was a lot better. And I also took Vancouver team total under, which might have been a horrible play, right, Jim?
No, I don't know why people were so against it. They've shown...
Well, just one guy, Van City Chris.
Well, that's bad.
Right.
That's bad. He knows Vancouver's team inside and out.
Yes.
So that's not who you want.
And then Nashville, Arizona was a pass for both of us. Montreal, Calgary, I took the first period over -120, but Mr. Gokster warned me off of that one. And then Toronto, San Jose, I was thinking about overs in that one too. Full game over, first period over, Toronto team total over, but you don't really like that either, though, do you, Jim?
The Toronto team total over? No,
Just the overs in general in that game.
No, I'd be a little concerned. This Sharks team has great defense. Mm-hmm. And they're going to know exactly who to worry about. And with Kadri...
Whom?
Kadri... With Kadri, no, perfect. Thank you.
Just going for a little comedy.
Beautiful. With Kadri rolling, this is a very tough Leafs team. And you just can't give them any space.
Right.
And can't get them on the power play. This is a very dangerous Leafs team. The Sharks are going to be on high alert.
All right. Well, I might add on some other NHL plays while we're doing this show, but I guess let's move on, Jim.
Beautiful.
NBA, you want to?
Definitely.
All right. You gave, here are the plays that Jim gave in the morning show. Let's see. Clippers, -5.5, -110. Denver, first half, -7, -115. And that was it. Let me just pull up my my updated and enhanced NBA notes for this three-game card. Give me the bag. Anything you want to say about...
I just like the Clippers. I wonder if the line has changed at all. I got a -5.5.
Let me see. What is today? Today's the 15th. Hold on one second. The 15th.
Got -5.5 and -110, and I got the Nuggets first half -7. I couldn't get -7 when I bet it. I expect to be in a very nice spot with these two games. I like them a lot.
Okay, so what are you asking about? Line moves?
Yeah. Is it Clippers -5.5?
Clippers, nice small line move in your favor. It's now 6 or 6.5. Nice job, Jimmy the Bag there.
Like that.
And the other one,
Nuggets first half -7.
Oh, I'm assuming that went up because that line in the morning, I think it was 13 across the board. Now it's 13.5 or 14, and there was only 1.7 available, which we got to you how? Line shopping at SBRodds.com. Just to make sure. Let's see what the market has done. Oh wow, it's 8. No 7.5s available. All 8s across the board. All right, nice job, Jimmy the Bag.
Yeah, I feel
beating
good.
Those numbers.
I feel good. Eddie Euler wondering what the Golden State drama is going to do. I watched an interview of Draymond. I don't think that. I think they're past it. I don't think it's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Not applicable, saying Canucks have a long history of shitting the bed in Minnesota. One of the more heartbreaking series in the history of our franchise is when Minnesota took us out in 7 games. We have a rich history against playing Minnesota, and most famously, obviously, is Bure's elbow to the head of Shane Churla, which is one of the most memorable moments in Canucks history. Sadly, it is, because we've never won a cup, and that is one of our most memorable moments. But I like it. I like it. Reggie saying, Jimmy, I like the Clippers as well. I like my card. I feel good about my card. Feel very good. The only stuff I'm a little concerned about is college. We'll get to that.
All right, I might add on some NBA stuff as well, but as of right now, I think I'm going to pass. Let's move on to college football, Mr. Jimmy. What do you think? College football, huh?
I like it. I love the work we did on the morning show. It gave me a lot of confidence in my plays. North Texas at -4.
That's right.
Is that available right now?
Let's see. But I thought North Texas was a good play. I did bet that one. I did bet it. And the line has moved up, and Jimmy made an official pick, even though I haven't made an official pick yet. Let's see what happened to that line. Okay. I was thinking, he said first half line is -3, and that line it's almost exactly where it was in the morning show. Florida Atlantic is a scary team to bet against, and North Texas, they're a great version of North Texas, but they're still North Texas, right? Mm-hmm. And, they're coming off a loss. Will they be able to bounce back? Probably. But Florida Atlantic has a great running game. That is a no-joke running game. North Texas has a great run defense for the conference, for their conference. So, will they be able to stop them? I don't know. I'm just worried that Florida Atlantic will have a big rushing day, and in that case, but yeah, I think you're okay with North Texas. I didn't make it an official play. And then Tulane, Houston. Did you take Tulane? Yes, you did. 8.5. There was an 8.5 hanging. Now it's down to 8 or 7.5. So it keeps falling. The total on that one was something that a lot of people were openly wondering about. Obviously, on paper, the over would look great because Houston just has a ton of issues defensively, an offense that can't be stopped, and a total that's very high, but not in the stratosphere. It hasn't really moved though. And the reason I was concerned about a play on the over is just because Tulane is very good at controlling the time of possession and just might be able to slow things down. I mean, if it goes under, I don't think we're going to see a 20-13 type game, but it's one of those games that might sneak under, 66 points, 65, something like that. But, I would be leaning North Texas as well. I did bet that one. I'd be leaning Tulane as well. I didn't bet that one. Ian Cameron gave that one at +10 in the pre-snap read show, which was a very nice job there.
Nick Dow saying, I love Tulane. Houston's defense is trash, but smart money's on Houston -8. Ron Lofton said, put a unit on Tulane money line.
Yeah, that was suggested by some people as well.
JR Smooth says, you guys literally spent 5 minutes on NBA. How gay is that? That's because we spent a ton of time on the games in the morning. Mm-hmm. And we're moving on because we have tons to talk about.
We can go back if you want. We can go back if you want.
Yeah, J.R. Smooth, if you want to talk about any of the NBA plays, let's get into it. We have no problem. If anybody has any questions on the games or want to go over it, I really like my card. I feel very good with the Clippers. We broke down, I have pages and pages and pages and pages of notes, and we went over all those notes in the morning show. Mm-hmm. So that's what's up. But if anybody wants to talk about it, let's do it. And Ganja Gamer said that I just miss NBA stuff. So, why don't we talk about the NBA a little bit more?
Sure, we could go back. All right.
Sure. So I guess looking at these games, I understand exactly why I'm uncomfortable with Warriors, Rockets. I think both teams are going to come together after dealing with the controversy, each team's controversy. I think it will actually tighten both teams moving forward. It's good that Anthony's out of this Rockets system, and it's good that this Draymond Green Durant thing, it seems like there's more than meets the eye, but I thought that Draymond Green gave a fine interview today about what's going on. And the Rockets have back-to-back double-digit victories. I think they're going to start rolling. They made 23s against the Pacers. They shot 54.9% in Denver. Denver is a good defensive team. I think that the Rockets are just dealing with so many injuries. We do know that Gary Clark will be playing.
And what about all this crap just like 2 days ago about the Rockets are there's something wrong with the team, it's a cancer, this guy's a cancer, that guy's a cancer.
It was just about Carmelo.
Right, but now all of a sudden we're thinking that the Rockets might be a good bet going forward?
Definitely. I mean, I was asked yesterday who I thought was the second best team in the Western Conference, and after I thought about it for a second, it was pretty simple.
Sorry.
The Rockets.
Yeah, the Rockets, huh?
Yeah, definitely. Now, the problem is that Gerald Green doesn't look like he's going to be playing. When you get rid of Ariza, you get rid of Mbamute, bad decisions to me. I couldn't believe that they did that stuff. Then you desperately need these defenders. And Gerald Green will be a game-time decision. Gary Clark is playing.
I'm happy we're talking about NBA again because this Atlanta-Denver game, I was thinking, why not the under? No,
Yeah.
I mean, why not? Denver plays tough defense when they clamp down, right? And they're coming off of a bunch of losses, right?
And it's going to be Omari Spellman. Spellman actually has been great this year. And Miles Plumlee is going to get a ton of run. Vince Carter's going to have to play at the 4, which is just so ugly. Yeah, I guess you're right. I think you're absolutely right. Why wouldn't it be?
An under, you mean?
Yeah, why wouldn't it be?
In the Denver game.
Reggie's saying that they said things haven't been the same since the Chris Paul and Rondo fight. Very interesting.
And what about the Atlanta team total under?
Yeah, well, what is the full game under first?
It hasn't moved that much. It's been about 223 where it opened, and that's where it is right now, approximately. I'm just gonna check the movement here. Yeah, a little bit of initial movement to the under. Then initial movement was to the under, and then recently it came back to the over.
Beautiful. Tasha Batista says, much love from Toronto.
Oh, shout out, Tasha Batista.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that the under is the play.
And what about
Crypto King says under on Atlanta Denver is easy play.
Is an easy play.
I think I'm surprised that this didn't jump out at me, but Dan Kelly comes in and says I'm on Atlanta Denver over 223.
And what about the Atlanta team total under at about 104?
Oh, that's enough to keep me off.
Why?
Dan Kelly.
Just Dan Kelly.
That's enough to keep me off.
Did he really say that?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I just wouldn't bother. There's no point to go up against them. Tomor says, I think Denver first half has value. They've been strong at home. I like hearing that. Gounger Gamer says, I like these NBA ideas. I was just about to jump on that under, and I'm not going.
Should we go against Dan Kelly?
No, absolutely not. My man, Jay Yim, listening to you guys has helped me so much in my home, recovering from surgery.
Oh.
Awesome work, Mr. Loshak and Miss Bag. Thanks.
Oh, you're very, very welcome, Jay Yim. We do the best that we can. You know what I mean? We don't think we're going to make a perfect show. We just think we're going to fucking put everything we have into it, and we're going to do the best that we possibly can to make it as good as possible, right?
But it's because of guys like Jay Yim, man. Yes. You guys inspire us. Much love to you. I hope you feel better. Sending you positive energy, Jay Yim. And thank you for listening, my man. DJ Boss giving them love.
Yaya says, which rocket has cancer? Know that they are cancer. Sorry, I didn't mean to start spreading. Yaya's always, yes. All right, let me just think. All right. Yellow Jesus says, don't go against Dan Kelly.
Dan Kelly says, the only other bet I have is Los Angeles fourth quarter, -0.5 at -115. And he has in capitals, he says, fade me. That's a dangerous man. A dangerous man who says things like that.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
He says, fade me.
And Yaya said, I would love if Mr. Peters had some balls to go against Dan Kelly.
Oh, would he? So now what you're saying is if I made this play, it would actually be pleasing for Yayas? Well, I can't turn that down. You know what I'm saying? Consider it, if you ain't got nothing, you ain't got nothing to lose. So my NBA record, what does it matter if it's one?
Oh, no. Alan Action says, believe in yourself, Pete. Although I also think the over is the play.
All right, I'll take the under on this one. If it would be pleasing to Yayas, I will accommodate that. Okay, let's see. I'm going to take the under. Atlanta, Denver. I will, oh God. Dan Kelly is probably so right, especially because the late line movement was to the over, and I trust the late line movement better than the early line movement. But let's have a little fun. This is a perfect example, right, of how sports betting. Some people do make money at it. Some people make a little. Some people make a lot. But for most people, it should be seen as a recreational pursuit. And I'm gonna do something recreational right now. I will go against Dan Kelly to please Yayas as well, but also to go with my initial feeling on this one. And I will take the under 223 minus. Actually, I'm going to take the pinnacle line, which is going to be 222.5 plus 100.
David Gifted says, wow, everyone is really on Houston tonight. I'm fading Houston full game. I wouldn't step in front of a pissed off Golden State Warriors team. Even without Curry, they'll put up 120 plus. Just wait and see.
222 okay, right. This is Warriors. All right. 222.5 plus 100. I will take that. And I'm also leaning Atlanta team total under, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, are they gonna come out here and run shit up? All right, I'm gonna throw that one on there as well. All right, that's it for NBA. You want to move back?
I do.
All right, move back to college football. Anything you want to say here, Jim?
I just like where I stand.
Yeah.
I like where I stand. North Texas -4, Tulane +8.5, and the Kent State under 59. See what's going on right now in that game. in college football right now. Yeah, I like where I stand. I'm not going to add in any college football. I thought we did a great job breaking things down. That's not looking good, this under with 21 points right now. God damn, not looking good.
All right, so I'm taking the Atlanta team total under 104.5 minus 110. Team total under 104.5 minus 110. That's the current line at Heritage right now.
I like it. Not applicable says, Pete, have those balls looked at.
Okay. I will.
Sports betting and poker gives us a final score 110-104 Rockets victory. The Real TC says, I don't know if they will hang on, but I took Central Michigan first half, but because of Alabama earlier today, I didn't want to give out another pick that will lose. I'm becoming no balls, Pete.
Eddie
Euler says Denver only gives up 103 a game. That might just work. But back to college football.
Oh, and here you go. Isan Zolfagari says, Pete, I didn't mean to go back to NHL, but I think your Ottawa pick is correct. Everyone's on Detroit, but that line has dropped 30 cents from the opening. All right, we'll see, Isan Zolfagari. And Jim, you said there was reason for you to not like it as much as you would have initially, right? There's someone back for Ottawa, right? Who is that again?
Zach Smith. Zach Smith's a very, very important piece to that defensive. He's the most important defensive forward. And then you got that kid coming up from Belleville, from the Belleville Senators, that fourth-round pick in 2017, who's been said to be the best player in the AHL this year. He's got 20 points in 14 games. So, yeah, I think that's going to help a dressing room that obviously seems fractured after that YouTube or the Uber video. So, yeah. Ray Williams, so, yeah, let's move past this. But Ray Williams says, revenge spot for the Rockets. Good chance they've had this game circled since the schedule came out.
Okay, so now you want to move on to anything to say about college football, Jim?
Oh, beautiful. Kelly McMillan joining us. So we need to have a CFL segment in tomorrow's show because we got some big playoff games this weekend. And Kelly McMillan's been destroying CFL.
Really?
If you want to follow a guy who's been killing CFL, follow Kelly McMillan on Twitter. And Dwayne Reed is on Predators Flames. Oh, sorry, Nashville Predators. He's on the Predators. He's on the Flames. Montreal over 6. Tampa Bay Pitt under 6. Under 5.5 in Columbus versus the Panthers. But he says Columbus for San Jose, but I'm sure that's what he means. And then Green Bay +3 over 49. He's on North Texas. He's also on Tulane +8.5 on and Tulane money line. He's also on the over in the Texas game. Nice to hear. Farshad Hassami says, pick the Rockets, Jimmy. I'm very comfortable with my NBA plays right now, but I could definitely understand why you guys are making that play. Beautiful. And I'm good. Are you adding any college football plays?
Nope. Although, yes, I will. I will add one. I previewed this game in the pre-snap read show, and I think it's a solid play. Syracuse going up against Notre Dame. Of course, is being played in Yankee Stadium. Notre Dame is an impressive team, but they're given a lot of points here. My only concern is I don't quite love the fact that Syracuse is coming off of a blowout win against an opponent that they overmatched. The other issue is just that Dungy's offenses tend to be better and more explosive in the beginning of the year than later in the year. So, although that hasn't been the case this year, that's just the way it's been historically. But I think I am going to add on. I think I'm going to add on Syracuse +10.5. I do think that I think an outright win is possible, but I think it's more likely that it's just a relatively close game. Syracuse +10.5 in college football, and I will line shop right now and find the best line there and add that one on. Add that one on to my official plays, Jim. +10.5 Syracuse.
I like it. Kelly McMillan also, for those of you interested in the CFL, Ottawa and the over. He's trying to get a stake out of Babano, but Babano won't get back to him. Ottawa and the over against the Ticats team coming off that thrashing of the line.
All right, so that Syracuse line is going to be +10.5 minus 110 at the Greek.
And our man Kent saying, take that money line. Orange men roll.
Oh, really? Who said that?
My man Kent. Our man Kent.
Okay.
And our young.
There you go. Tom Marino says, I think Notre Dame rolls. They have a huge alumni base in New York. Syracuse can run, but they don't have a great passing game. Syracuse defense is struggle. I think the value is Notre Dame first half. Wildman Samurai loves Syracuse. Tom Marino says, I think Syracuse is overrated because the ACC is garbage this year. I mean, that is true. The game against Louisville last week, the spot had Louisville written all over it, but Syracuse rolled, I think, partially because Louisville is just that bad.
I'm looking forward to hear what DJ Big Boss has to say about this game. He comes in saying, my man Lou Holt tweeted out Notre Dame will blow past an overrated Syracuse team.
All right, well, I might have just made a big mistake here. Okay.
Dan Kelly.
No.
Notre Dame first half and full game.
And they are vastly overrated. Wow. So Tom Marino, DJ Big Boss, and Dan Kelly also labeling Syracuse way overrated.
Dangerous. Very, very, very dangerous. Dangerous spot.
Yeah,
in this spot.
Naeem25 says, don't trust Syracuse on the road against an elite team. I mean, it's a neutral spot game,
Wow.
but I hear you, Naeem.
This is wild because I thought that you were on the right track.
Yeah.
And this is taking me off of Syracuse.
Wow. Mohammed Joma says Louisville is so bad. No shit. Yes, they are. Absolutely. I might have made a mistake.
Nate Pereira says, down 2K since yesterday. What is your best bet that I can lay 2K on? Dangerous.
Tonight?
Yeah.
I would say whatever Jim recommends in NHL might be the best bet that I would recommend you lay 2K on.
I'm always hesitant when I'm on a big winning streak, and I'm just very hesitant right now. What I would do is I would split that into $400 or $500 bets on all the puck lines I'm on, the 4 puck lines. That's what I would do.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what I would do. I think that makes sense to me.
That does make sense, Jim.
Yeah, I like it. I like our college football. Let's move on to NFL.
NFL, Jimmy the Bag.
Why don't we start, before we break down this Thursday night game, which is very interesting. And finally, we have what could shape up to be a great Thursday night game. We've had very few of them this year. We've had very few of them since they started Thursday Night Football. But before we do, we have a new video from a new low bagger. This is his first. This is his low shack in the bag debut. My man Adam Friendo in the house. Freddie Fortune, can you roll Adam Friendo's video?
Hey, what is up, guys? My name is Adam Friendo, aka Sniper Picks, and I just wanted to give a huge shout out to Sportsbook Review for hooking me up and getting me on this platform, and also my man Jimmy the Bag for talking to me on Twitter. I appreciate that. Helped me out with this, getting the videos in. And what's up to Donnie Rightside? Very good capper. So basically, who am I? I'm just, I'm not really heard of right now and stuff like that. And you can follow me on Instagram at Sniper Picks. All my plays are documented. I bet just for bet sizing about $1,000 a game from Bet365, and I post everything that I bet. So that's just a little bit about me. If you want to follow me and check out what I'm doing over there, cool. I do have some good plays for you this weekend. I'm all about making people money. I'm all about getting people right. So let me throw this out there and see what you guys think about these picks. I got 3 plays, and I'll try to be quick about this stuff. So my first play is going to be on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now I understand that most people are going to flock to Pittsburgh in this spot right away because they're hot, they're cold, but it's kind of the perfect spot to buy really, really, really low on Jacksonville. I mean, if you watched any of that second half of that game when they played the Colts, they showed up. Their defense looked very good. They look like a motivated football team. I don't expect them just to lay down here. They've had success against this Pittsburgh team in the past, and I do believe that they cover the spread, and I do believe they actually have a chance to win this game in the end. So I like Jacksonville quite a bit. My second pick is going to be the Washington Redskins, and everybody wants to write them off as a shit football team. I get it. I mean, the metrics don't look great. The stats don't look amazing, but they're winning football games, okay? That's what matters. So is Houston, but I've been waiting for a time and a place to bet against this Houston Texans team. I believe this is it. I'm going with Washington. The last game I really like is Baltimore. I don't care who's that quarterback. It could be me, you, your uncle. I don't give a shit. I think that Baltimore is going to put a hurt on this team, and it's the right spot to play the Baltimore Ravens. All right, thanks, guys. Take it easy.
I like that.
Very nice.
I like that. And the Washington play is a big boy spot. Drew Daddy says, I agree with the Jacksonville spread.
Okay.
I've been very impressed with Adam's capping and excited to have him on the show.
He likes Baltimore. Even if it's your uncle, he doesn't give a shit. He doesn't give a shit.
Doesn't give a shit.
He likes Baltimore. Right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, Baltimore.
How do you feel about you, me, and your grandma could be on the offensive line? Those types of jokes. You like those jokes?
You know what? I'm pretty easygoing. I'm a pretty easygoing guy.
Yeah.
Pretty easygoing guy.
All right, Jimmy the Bag. Didn't mean to put you on the spot there.
No problem.
All right. Great video from our man. I was thinking the same way about Baltimore actually, and I took him in a contest straight up before the line was out. So I am agreeing with him on Baltimore. How do you feel about that game?
Well, I mean, we're talking. Let me bring up my notes, but we're just talking about a team in the Bengals, right? Mm-hmm. That's just a guard, like just falling apart.
Exactly.
And I agree completely. Take advantage of the situation. And I agree. Who cares who's at QB? Because they have a great backup quarterback and one who's thirsting for action. I really like that. I like this NFL card. We're on a roll right now. I like the parlay that I put out. There's a lot of plays that I like quite a bit. But most importantly, I like Atlanta this weekend. That's a big spot for me. Big spot. And I believe in it. Mohammed Joma says Ravens D is vastly overrated, but enough to beat the Cincy team. I agree. Tomar says Ravens offensive line hurt right now. If Flacco plays, I think they struggle. I'd want to know if Stanley plays first. This is a spot with the Ravens coming off a bye where we saw what a smart coach can do with a banged up defense or a defense that can get healthier off of a bye. We saw that with Dan Quinn and the Atlanta Falcons. Now, obviously, they came back and shit the bed in Cleveland. It was very disappointing. But I think Harbaugh's going to have this team ready. I think the Ravens put a beat down, an absolute beat down on the Bengals. I agree.
All right, so let's talk about tonight's game. No play from you, Jimmy the Bag, or myself. And unlike most primetime NFL games, we haven't gotten a lot of people coming in with prop plays that they are recommending, right?
No,
I was thinking maybe, maybe, I don't know, Baldwin receptions over prop. Is that not an okay thing to do? I don't know. What do you think about that, Jim?
I would be concerned with a guy coming off of an injury.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, you can't. It's very difficult.
But I think he's healthy, and he's going to get a lot of. But I mean, then someone said anything. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry, but someone said anything having to do with the Seattle passing game, you don't want to take it over with, right?
I agree with that, and I don't like taking guys who are coming first game off of an injury. I never feel comfortable in that situation. Never feel comfortable in this situation. You know, if we're going to break down this Thursday night game more, it's a situation where I can understand people liking the under. And I'm not going to take an under on Thursday Night Football. But right. I can understand it. Both running games are rolling. The Seahawks have a healthy Carson ready to go. Penny's coming off of 12 carries for 108 yards. Wilson coming off a game where he ran 9 times for 92 yards. And then Aaron Jones on the other side of the field coming off a giant game. So I can completely understand that.
So we think there's going to be a lot of running, huh?
Oh, definitely.
For both teams?
Absolutely.
All right. So how about Rodgers pass attempts under, Rodgers passing yards under?
Lamont Williams just came in and said Aaron Rodgers over passing yards.
Over.
I'd never really want to go against Rodgers in a passing situation, but be very comfortable to go up against. Well, and we do believe that this isn't a terrible secondary. The Packers secondary has been getting better and was good enough to get rid of Ha-Ha.
How about Wilson passing yards under, Wilson attempts under, Wilson completions under? How about that?
I like that.
That kind of thing.
Ria Sophia Almachar says, Jimmy, one play for NCAA basketball. I'm going to jump now. I guess we have games that are starting in 14 minutes, so why don't we move forward?
Okay.
But then we can come back to NFL.
Yeah,
maybe?
Sure.
But actually, maybe not. Why don't we spend 2 more minutes hammering this in? I don't mean to rush it, but there are games that we do want to get through, and I have an incredible breakdown here. Incredible breakdown on the Pitt Panthers that I already made a play. A great breakdown from our man Twadi Latte that I want to break down. In basketball, you mean? Yes.
Okay, because their football game coming up this week is also very interesting. They're a road favorite against Wake Forest.
Oh, here we go. Bill Butlicker, who has been straight fire on his props this year. Devontae Adams to score at least 1 TD. They're going to match him up with Trey Flowers, who's been burnt recently. Also, Carson to go over 58 yards at plus 100. He should see 15-plus carries. He's 100% healthy.
Wow. All right, here we go. I'm copying and pasting Bill Butlicker's. See, this is like, I don't mind tailing people if it was at least something that I thought about or was thinking about or handicapped myself, but I hate just like blindly tailing someone and then adding it to my, like I'll blindly tail someone and bet it, but I hate blindly tailing it and then adding it to my record and being like, look what I did. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no way to asterisk it and say like, thank you, Bill Butlicker, for 5 of these units right here. Shout out to you, Bill Butlicker. Devontae Adams to score a touchdown. And Chris Carson over 58 yards at plus 100. Wow.
Yeah, Ethan Payson saying, I love those props that Bill's on. Thomas says, I think the value in the game is that Green Bay's offense isn't the same on the road, but because of Rodgers, there's always a premium to bet Green Bay. Green Bay's offense couldn't score 20 on the road against a bad Pats D. That was what we talked about this morning. A bad Pats D, Rodgers needed to make the game was going away from them. He needed to produce a drive, and he couldn't get the ball past midfield for a big chunk of that second half. Very disappointing. Smiley one saying, Jimmy, what were the NHL picks? I got 4 puck lines. I like them all very, very, very much. And I'm 8-2 plus 12.9 units in the last 48 hours. I'm on the Flyers minus 1.5 at plus 195. I'm on the Panthers minus 1.5 at plus 285. I'm on the Wild minus 1.5 at plus 120, and I'm on the Flames minus 1.5 at plus 199.
Ethan Payson says, I love Aaron Jones over 76.5 yards. Jones has obviously been a revelation for these guys. And also Russell Wilson over 24.5 yards. Wilson is really starting to scramble more and always seems to rush a lot against the Packers. So what about the Wilson team, the Wilson passing under prop as well?
Yeah, I find that interesting. I think that makes a lot of sense. I think that the one concern would be Baldwin coming back, but I like that. I think that you need to keep Rodgers off the field for as much as possible, and you do that by running. So I like it.
And people liking the under. Yeah.
But we have 11 minutes till tip-off
right.
for some games, so I would like to make some moves and decide what to do. Anthony L. Seattle is one of the best home field advantages playing on a Thursday, which is a huge advantage for the home team against a team that hasn't won on the road all year, 0-4.
All right, so let's look at college basketball here. Let me refresh my memory and pull up my plays here.
These are the additions I made. I've got a loser coming up. God, and that line went right against me. But I have Central Michigan -1.5. And I backed what my man Twatty Latte, how he broke down this Pitt game. And I will break it down for you here right now.
All right, I'm seeing. So let's start with just the 7 o'clock games. Then at 7 o'clock, we can move on if we're still there.
Where the hell did I do it? Okay, this is straight from our man Twatty Latte, who lives in Pittsburgh and knows this team inside and out. So this is straight, quote unquote, from Aspire to Elate. Pitt Panthers are coming off a season to forget. Pitt lost every ACC game and frankly weren't competitive in any of them. To Pitt's credit, they went out and hired a Duke man who comes from a culture of winning, Jeff Capel. Capel, first priority was recruiting, which he's done beautifully. Capel was a late hire, so he didn't have the whole recruiting season at his disposal. With that being said, he still landed 2 4-star and 1 3-star recruit. He also got a nice player in Malik Ellison from St. John's. After the mass exodus of Pitt players transferring from last year's team, they did manage to keep their best player, Jared Wilson Frame. Capel has challenged the culture and is playing more up-tempo, which brings me to the play of the day. Pitt's going against what I consider a bad basketball team. Central Arkansas lost their leading scorer and Southland Player of the Year, Jordan Howard. 40% of all the possessions went through him last year. Central Arkansas doesn't have a returning player who averaged double digits from last year. Central Arkansas is picked second to last in the Southland Conference. This is not a powerhouse of a conference. Central Arkansas, ironically, does push the ball. They were 17th in the country last year with pace of play. They are running the same system this year as they look to get up and down. Pittsburgh is playing their 4th straight game at home, which bodes well for their shooting percentage. My lean is the over 145.5, but the play of the day is Pitt -11.
Very nice. Well, that line has moved in the direction that he is leaning. It's now not 11 anymore. It's now up to 13 or something.
Yes, and that's what I had to get. But I got -12 at Bookmaker, made it an official pick here.
You tweeted it. Okay.
I did. Pittsburgh -12 at -120. I had to pay 10 extra cents for it, but that's fine. Pittsburgh -12, -120. I also took Pittsburgh, Central Arkansas over 145. At -115. Both of those were available at Bookmaker. And shout out to my man Twatty Latte.
Hell of a fucking breakdown of Pittsburgh. Anyone who knows what he did with the Pittsburgh Pirates in the baseball season knows who this guy is. So he likes the over, and you got 145 -115, which would still be available. You got -12 -120, which would not be still available. Great job, Twatty Latte. I'm right now just checking out the second half line for this MAC game that's going on right about now. Bakersfield and Central Michigan. All right, I'm thinking about. I'm not sure what I'm going to do there. Go ahead.
While you do that, I am doubling up on Gonzaga. I've already tweeted this out because I felt like this line was even going to get worse. Sorry, let me get to my notes. The big thing with A&M here is that Admin Gilder has been dealing with a hamstring injury, and Wendell Mitchell has been sidelined as well. Neither of them played the first 2 games. Without those 2 guards, the Aggies are 14 from 66 from three-point range. That is terrible. That's terrible. And if I was their coach, would I rush them back to get destroyed out here? I'm just not sure what they're going to do. And all of a sudden, we have a new power forward in Gonzaga and Brandon Clark coming off a 19-point, 13-rebound, 6-block performance. Now, because we know that they don't have Killian Tilly. He's out for 6 weeks with the stress, another 6 weeks with a stress fracture in his ankle. This Gonzaga team is so deep, coming off a 104-67 rout of Texas Southern. In that game, Hachimura had 2 early fouls, and Norvell Jr. had 3 fouls, and that's when they brought in this beast in Brandon Clark. This team has just got so much going for them, and I am on Gonzaga first half and full game. And let's hear what people have to say about that. They're coming in. I'm on first half and full game. Pete, can I give you what I got?
Yes. So you tweeted this out.
I did.
Okay. What did you get?
And Michael Irvelian says, what about the over in that game? I'm a little uncomfortable with the over just because look at the way Texas is playing. I just text saying that the Aggies just They look terrible. Now, if either one of those backcourt guys are in the lineup, I was trying to wait to find out, but I was like, you know what, just jump on it right now. I got -9.5 first half, -110.
Okay.
That was available at Bet365. And I got full game -16.5 at -110.
Okay.
Melo Pettis, Wayne Gonzalez all day. I love it. I love it. I'm in. And those are my plays. Those were the only additions I've made. Now, I have looked at some of the other games, especially the ones that are top 25 related. I looked at Oregon, Iowa, Fresno at TCU, and Syracuse at UConn, and that game goes off in 6 minutes. Syracuse returning almost all of their team that made the Elite Eight. This is going to be a dangerous team this year.
Yeah.
Very dangerous. Except we have Frank Howard out with an ankle injury. He's questionable to go tonight. I don't know. You guys might know if he's ready to go. But Chukwu, Brissett, Hughes, this is a dangerous team, and that 2-3 zone is tough. And we know UConn still's got Jalen Adams. They got a grad student in Terrence Smith. They're both shooting at a very high rate right now. I do not really trust this UConn team, although they're going to be vastly improved from last year, no doubt about it. But this is a tough spot against Syracuse.
Yeah, I was leaning under and first half under just a little bit, but it's not quite a big enough edge. And I was actually thinking that Connecticut getting all these points might be worth a shot.
Yeah, I hear that, and Howard is out. Interesting. I hear that. That makes sense to me. I actually don't really feel like I have an angle here that I want to hammer in the Syracuse UConn game. UConn's improved. They're going to be running. They're going to. I mean, Hurley gets a shot at this 2-3 zone. He's someone I think that can figure out a way to get into it. But I'm off. I'm off here. I don't like it. But I'm very excited about watching the game, but I don't really see a play that I can jump all over. But Mr. Gokster, first half under Syracuse and full game.
I mean, those would be my leans. A lot of these first halves with Syracuse have value, but it cuts it close. You know,
our man Nuke Suber back in the house.
Nuke Suber, yes. Shout out to Nuke Suber.
Fresno TCU.
Nuke Suber.
TCU's victories have been very underwhelming. Very, very underwhelming against Cal State Bakersfield and Oral Roberts. They're waiting the return of Jalen Fisher. They've got injuries. This is a team I don't really trust right now. Whether or not we're going to trust Fresno State, they're coming off a win over a Division II team in Alaska, Anchorage. They're just not, they just don't seem strong. New coach Hudson said he wants this offense to be faster than it's been in recent seasons. I need to watch them play. I don't really have a move on this. Ravens in the Desert, though, likes Fresno. I could definitely understand that. TCU's not look good. They've been very underwhelming, as I said. Nasty Nate's on the TCU under.
That's what I was thinking as well. Although weirdly, it's gotten bet up a half point, which is interesting. Mr. Gokster, anything on this second half, Pete? No, I'm passing on it, Mr. Gokster.
I get it.
All right.
I get it. Raven in the Desert, Fresno in the under, and Shaquille Bell on the Iowa money line. I like that. I like that play. I like that play quite a bit. I think that this is a very dangerous Iowa team, and these guys are going to be playing 2 games in 2 nights, and one team that can handle it is a team like Iowa that is 10 deep, right? They have 10 players all averaging over 12 minutes. I think that's very interesting. We're going to get, Tyler Cook and Garza going up against Bull. I think that's very interesting. I like that play. I'm going to study this game a little bit more, but I think that could be a very, very nice spot to be in.
Yeah. All right. So I had leans to, maybe the under 148.5 in Delaware Cornell.
Sonny Vega joining us.
Oh, shout out to Sonny Vega.
Inspire you a little bit.
Okay. Yes. Thank you very much. Slight lean to Troy -1.5. Also, a slight lean to the under in Mississippi Valley State and Utah, and a lean to the under in Fresno, TCU at 144, and also slightly to the under in Oral Roberts, BYU at 148, but BYU can be very, very, very up and down with their totals. They can have games that are very low scoring and then have a game that goes close to what?
Zach Kenkel, nope, as an Iowa fan and diehard fan on Oregon big.
Okay.
Wow. Mele Pettis was already leading Oregon.
All right,
Yellow
Jim.
Jesus like in the over in that spot.
Yeah, the 7 o'clock games, we like to keep a strict schedule, so I think I'm going to, again, I'd have a lean to, slight lean to Troy, slight lean to the under in the Cornell game, slight lean to, I guess that's it for the 7 o'clock games, yeah. But I won't make any of them official, because I got to get my record nice, you know what I mean? And I really gotta go with picks that, look what happened this afternoon, right? I was leaning, I gave the second half play, which I liked in that cash, and I was leaning Fullerton, and I was about to give it, but then I was like, no, you know what? No, I didn't do my proper research. I'm not going to give it. And look what happened. They rolled, So I also liked Northeastern, but if I'd given both of them, I would have been down a tenth of a unit. And I'm sorry, I just can't give picks unless I do my full research. You know what I'm saying, Jim?
Yeah, no, it makes sense. And thank God that you stayed off that Fullerton spot because UCF was rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm thinking hearing everybody talk about Oregon. Mohammed Jones saying Oregon easy. Torrance saying Oregon is very well coached, strong defensively. I think Iowa struggles to score. I'm going to have to take a closer look at this game because I thought Iowa's deep bench might help them here. Dwayne Reed, Oregon roll here. Bobo, major factor. NBA players playing college basketball always affect the game, especially 7'2" big men that can disrupt the paint, shoot the three. Oregon athletes blow Iowa off the court.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. He is putting up monster numbers. I guess not quite monster numbers. He double-doubles in his first two games, averaging 17.5 points, 12 boards, 3.5 blocks. Mile high. Oregon freshmen are super hyped to be playing in NYC, and they're going to put on a show for the national TV audience. Boys are completely jacked, according to my buddy who's on the medical staff.
Wow.
Okay, I've heard enough.
What do you want?
I'll take Oregon full game.
You're going to take Oregon full game.
Yeah.
Wow, look at this. Jimmy the Bag, balls, doesn't, just listens to what, and when he hears something that this is Jimmy the Bag listening, and we hear something that he likes, he says, I've heard enough, and I'm going to take him. Yeah, not much line movement on this one, so we can get split line, 3.5 or 4. You wager as 3.5 minus 110. We can give you that one. Oregon minus 3.5 minus 110. Oregon minus 3.5 minus 110. It's a split line, 3.5 or 4.
Exciting.
Okay. 3.5 minus 110.
Wow, Iowa getting 4.5 at some books. Barry Cohen liking Fresno State. Sean Robertson just parlayed Packers first half plus 3 with the Preds money line. Smart money also liking Oregon, but on the money line. And True Bree saying, what's up with Wichita State Davidson line, guys? What's the line looking at like right now?
Well, that game I think is a 7:00 game, so I think I think we just move on. Yeah, there was a big line move in Davidson's favor, so I'm assuming that means someone's out for Wichita State. I don't know who it is because I didn't look into it. All right, now just scanning the other games just to see if there's anything we want to talk about.
Ooh,
there you
Central
go.
Michigan up 31-20. That was an official play. You can just look at the Twitter for my official plays.
Okay, very nice, Jim. William and Mary in Illinois, Chicago. That's an interesting game because, as we know, last year we saved our records a little bit just blindly betting William and Mary's first half over, full game overs. This year, though, they're playing a lot slower paced. This line has gotten bet up, though, from 161.5 to 163.5, so that's an interesting development. But it bears watching and waiting to see what actually is up with William and Mary this year. Before the season started, I know they said they were going to concentrate on defense a lot more, and their games have definitely been more modest scoring than they were last year. I was leaning the under in the Utah game at about 143 or so. They're going up against Mississippi Valley State. Let me see. The other games, I didn't quite get a chance to look at. Fresno State, TCU. Yeah, I hit the under on that one at 144. It's now up to 144.5 or 145, so I don't understand why that line would have gotten bet the way it has. Just a little bit confused. The games after that, I did not have a chance to look at.
Yeah, TCU is kind of a tricky team to figure out right now. Certainly need Jalen Fisher. All their big three injuries will all be back on the court very soon. But they've just been very underwhelming. Ravens in the desert. In the desert. William Mary under 164.
Yeah,
I would think that you're positive you guys are ahead of the market on them slowing down this year?
I think we might be. I don't. My only question is I don't understand why this line has gotten bet up. But as we've seen, these totals in college basketball, sometimes they're dead on. Sometimes they're just way off. I would have been thinking about the under on this one for sure.
Tolo Marijuano says Vegas is taking all of the Seahawks money today. Packers win today.
Mm-hmm.
Eric Nisbet, since Thursday Night Football was instituted as a weekly deal in 2006, teams that flew west at least 2 time zones are 0-11 straight up and against the spread in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yenny Toon, I'm back from vacation from Thailand, but I didn't know what you guys got on the Packers Seahawks. I'm on the Seahawks. I'm off that game. I've been hitting at such a high rate. I don't want the crazy volatility of a Thursday to get in the way.
Drew Daddy says, laughing my fucking ass off, Pete. You've been making me laugh all show long. Thank you so much, Drew Daddy. Media executives, take note. Take note.
Sure.
If you want a guy who's fucking funny, my name is Peter Loshak. Hit me up on fucking whatever, Facebook, Twitter, wherever.
MySpace.
Email ploshak1@yahoo.com.
Sure.
Sick of this shit.
Yeah.
Having to worry about the shit I have to worry about. No one in the world should have to worry about the fucking 2018 with all the fucking technological advancements that we've made as a race, as a species. All right, let's go on, Jimmy the Bag.
Yeah, I like my card.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
I like the card. I like that I've added Oregon. That's exciting. Gives me something to enjoy. And when's that game go off, the Oregon game?
Let's see. The Oregon game. It's a 9:00 game.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And this under in Toledo, Kent State is in grave danger. God damn it. But other than that, this is nice. I feel good. I feel good about my card. We got the NHL about to roll. We got some big boy bets that are just about to bounce off, and I feel good about all this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sonny Vegas says, tell him, Pete.
Yeah, tell him, Pete. Tell him, Pete. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's some shit that, you people, human beings, should have had to worry about 2,000 years ago before we had the collective benefit of all the fucking intelligence that we have as a species.
What about 6,000 years ago when the world was created?
Oh, I mean, it was horrible back then. Of course, obviously, it was just shitty, But now it's shitty just because of our own stupidity and selfishness. All right, Jim. What else we want to get to?
T-God TV says, Loshak, put me in your top 8.
Put me in your top 8.
Yeah.
What does that mean? oh, he's talking about. Sorry. Okay, he's talking about he's talking about fucking MySpace. Yeah, right. Okay, T-God TV, hit me up on MySpace. Yeah, everyone, hit me up on MySpace. All right.
Bill Butler saying over the last decade, home favorites are 55, 36, and 3 against the spread in NFL games played on Thursday night. Wow. Odar Lear says, Pete, my sister's asking if you have Instagram.
No, I don't. I should. I mean, I know that's I should, but I just don't have time for this shit. You know what I'm saying?
I couldn't care less about that stuff.
I mean, I do care about it, but it's so people don't understand how time consuming it is to do all this research. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, be aware. Be aware.
Yaya says, is Mr. Peters on Oregon too?
No. I am not on Oregon. I didn't have a chance to look at that game, but I am thinking about adding on last minute here. Fresno State and TCU under. It's 145. I just don't understand why this line has gotten bet up.
Would it just be because of what the coach is saying?
What did he say?
The Fresno State coach says he wants the offense to be faster than it's been in recent seasons. Do you think it's that simple?
Yes, it could be. It could be. I mean, it's not a huge total. All right, I'll hold off for now. Let me just check the first half.
Bet 365 is taking the long field goal prop off the board. That's what they do. When they see a bet that's beating them, they take it off the board. NHL team totals, gone. All that they meticulously take the stuff off that hurts them and really show off the bets that they love.
What were you talking about? All right.
They took the long field goal prop off.
Oh, that's good. That's smart. I mean, that's smart. It's telling. Yes, very good point, Jimmy the Bag. All right, I'm going to take the Fresno State TCU. Nah, you know what? I will. Okay, yes, I will take the Fresno State TCU first half under 68. This might be a mistake. First half under 68 minus 110. First half under 68 minus 110. That's the line at Intertops.
Mr. Gokster's hitting that full game under.
In which one? TCU?
In the William and Mary. We've heard a couple people already say that. When's that game go off?
8 o'clock.
In an hour. What has the movement been on that total?
I mean, like I said, it's gotten bet up just a little bit, which is understandable because in light of who William and Mary was last year, but in light of who they are this year and some things that I've read,
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. I'm going to spend a little bit more time on that, but that's the first thing I'm going to do when this show's over.
Okay.
Take a good look at that spot. Corey Mack, another trap line like the Ohio football game. Rockets money line or minus 2.5 is probably good, but the line is run too much.
Mm-hmm.
-4 in some spots. Rockets money line. Interesting. Interesting. Well, I feel good. I feel good about this card. Let's get that bacon, man.
Okay, so is that it? So, all right, so I did add Fresno State TCU first half under 68 minus 110. Might have been a mistake, but we'll see how it turns out. Jimmy the Bag with a ton of plays that he's added in college basketball. And is that it? You want to wrap this show up?
That is it. But before we do,
let's bring
we have a very hot capper coming off a loss.
It happens.
We have Freddie Fortune's Plays of Tomorrow. Freddie, welcome, my friend. Very hot. 13-8 plus 6.06 units. Up over 6 units on 21 plays, Pete.
Nice job. In the meantime, my Valparaiso +1 loss, but the under cashed. So, 1-1 on the second half plays. Go ahead.
Nations League. 2-bet parlay of alternative totals. Over 2 goals in the Holland versus France game at minus 267, and also under 2.5 goals in Wales versus Denmark game at minus 200, which gives me a plus 106 parlay at Bet365.
Wow. I like that.
I hope you cash, Freddie.
I hope so. My money is very important.
Yes, I get that. Are you sticking around for a reason?
No.
Why are you wearing those gloves?
That's very interesting. I'm
Yes.
glad that you asked. Also, remember my play, Peter.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Thank you very
Just
much,
a
Freddie
second.
Fortune.
Well, he says just a second. What the hell's going on?
Oh, something else?
I guess so.
I brought something for you.
Oh, you brought something for us.
I was called today in the morning.
You were cold? Yeah?
I was.
Okay.
Not anymore. I
Okay.
grabbed Larry's beanie.
Oh, nice.
Or took for you in Canadian.
Thank you, yeah.
I
Oh, jeez, it smells like gas.
Yeah, I cannot take it out because it smells like shit. But I will show my friends over the chat so they can see how I burned Larry's thing.
All right. It's tough to read, but I respect the plays you guys are going up against each other with, and burning his toque seems like a good play, and that smells like gas.
Like ass.
And ass. Thank you very much, Freddie Fortune. His play will be tweeted out as well. And other than that, Pete, can we put a bow on this bad boy?
Yeah. Okay, so tomorrow's Friday. We'll be back Friday with the Friday show. Thanks very much. Thanks much, everyone.